All right, welcome to Bug Don't Know Shit. It is another beautiful day in the garage, beautiful day in Texas, and yeah, beautiful day to work on the car. In actuality, it's not really that beautiful of a day. It's dreary and overcast. So today, what are we doing? We got this guy. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it all. This guy put back together. This is my AC and heater plenum. I do got to still attach this, but I think today we're gonna get this sucker in the car and continue moving forward, putting stuff back in the interior. Yeah, so just walk around real quick. See, I got a kind of a mess, things drug out, because I'm looking for parts and like actually things that I have had buried since the beginning almost. I am now starting to dig out of the pile. Kind of exciting. You know, there's lots of parts. I've got this bin full, those two bins full. I've got that yellow bin down there full, and all that's like interior parts. So mostly doors, quarter panels, just center console stuff, dashboard stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of interior parts. A lot of work to do. This turned out really nice. It has come together well. Everything kind of just went back together, no problem. Had the issue with the blower because I broke it. I'm kind of just going through my head what I'm going to do, kind of the order of things. I'm going to get this plenum in, probably going to run my main wiring harness after that, because I do think it kind of drapes over the top of this. So I'll probably get the main wiring harness in, and then I think I might run some of these vacuum lines, or I will run some of them. And I think the steering column will be probably the next kind of, it's not a big project, but it probably going to take a minute. Yeah, that's it. I'm just kind of happy. It's 8-ish, a little later than 8:25. Should be working by now. So yeah, I gotta dig out, see if I can find some bolts to fix this guy since that broke. I'm just gonna bolt and nut and washer. Should be good. All right, let me get to work. Okay, this thing is put together, assembled. Everything's on it. I think it is ready to go in the car. I think. Yeah. See how it goes. It's ready to go in the car. I'm sitting here thinking, how am I going to get it in the car? That's another story. Getting this in the car. It's not easy. You got to guide these air conditioner lines through. You got to line these up, get them in place, and then you got to somehow hold it in place and get all these bolts, studs, through the right holes, with that insulation in the way. And yeah, this is gonna probably suck, but we will get it. You'll be able to get the big things in place, like this motor will go in the hole, no problem. And then, these, of course, you'll kind of have them in there. Maybe some of the stuff will kind of help line it up and hold it till you can get around to the backside and get bolts on it. Probably gonna have to get my wife out here. She's off today. So yeah, probably gonna need another set of hands with this, but I'm gonna try it by myself first. We'll see. Got it in there. Got my hoses for the air conditioner kind of run up in there, and I'm gonna get in and see if I can get this thing kind of in place without an extra set of hands. Yeah, this is, I mean, it is very close to going in, but still not, if that makes sense. Okay. Well, that sounds like something might have lined up. Might have got studs through there. Let's see, I might be able to get a nut on them. Hold them in place on one anyway. It is right. Okay, yeah, I can get a nut on that one. Let me get something wedge up under here on the board. All right, let me see. Oh, let's see if I can wedge something under here. Kind of hold it in place a little bit better. Yeah, it's pretty much like the side end on the driver's side needs to come be shifted up a little, and then I think everything will kind of pop into place. It's the little AC hose drain and a couple of the studs are, there we go. That's it. That sounded like they went in. Okay, just to show you what I've been doing, and I did finally get, you can see that stud right there. These are the last two. You can see the insulation's kind of pushing out with that one. But I should be able to get a nut on that and start tightening that up. I got nuts down there, I can get one on here now. And I've got these two. So those are, you got 5, 7 studs that come through the firewall for your AC and heater box. The heater box essentially is just these two, and then there's 4 more that mount to the rest of the AC plenum. So if you were doing the heater box by itself, you would just be taking these 2 off. So yeah, that's the basic gist of it. I'm about to start sucking this thing up. Now this one I'm gonna have to come back. There is another plate that captures all of this. Yeah, there's like a sealing plate that goes all over that whole area. So I will tighten all these down, then I'll grab that plate and take these 3 back off and fasten it. I think that's what I have to do. I also need to, this brake line here, there was a clamp attached to one of these. Anyway, I'll get all that. So yeah, that's it. This is wasn't too bad. You kind of get it in place, and it really just kind of slid into place. I had to pick it up a little bit to get these heater hose attachments through, and once I got that and got a couple studs stuck through there, you stick your hand back there, kind of get the insulation over the studs, and I couldn't on that side, but it's coming. But yeah, that's it. And then this thing just kind of sucks itself right in there. So that's it. You can do it by yourself if you're wondering. Not easy. Probably be easier doing AC plenum and then attach the heater box second, but you can do it this way. Well, I got to figure out again how these fit on there and what was behind them. I think I might need to put some insulation or rubber around that or something. But everything else is lined up. You can see my studs over there. I got them bolted down. I got these 2 bolted down. Leaving these 3 loose until I get this plate in place. I'm also gonna clean it up and grind it. I've got where the AC hoses come out. I've got this little bracket, and I have a foam, this piece that goes underneath it, and that just kind of seals everything up. That's 1/2 of it. It's like a 2/2 bracket. So I need to clean that up, get a little paint on it. Yeah, that's it. And I think after that, I am going to move on to the steering column next. I do think that is the next the next project to tackle. Well, maybe a wiring harness. Maybe I'll stick the wiring harness back in, get all that plugged up under there and over there. I have a lot of stuff to check out on that inside wiring harness. So that, yeah, that's gonna be a project. I gotta get these installed. These are my little drain boots for the rear cowl, I guess. Probably should put those in soon. I don't know. So this is my plan. I've got to looking at this, and there's a big gap around this motor when you put this plate on it. And I mean, you have insulation and stuff, but there are gaps and holes and just ways for exhaust and air from the engine to get up inside here, which we're trying to avoid. So we're just gonna do my best to seal everything up. Basically, I'm just gonna make, this is like pretty, not quite 1/8 inch, probably 3/32 rubber. And I bought it for this purpose, for, you know, making gaskets and things like that. So yeah, I just kind of traced it out. I went ahead and made it same size as this so that it will get screwed in place and it won't ever work its way out. This is slightly smaller than the diameter of the motor, so it'll kind of seal on there good, I think. I'm just gonna cut it. I went and bought me a better X-Acto knife kit. Little sturdier handles, you know, so you can dig in a little better. So we'll see how this works. Okay, that was actually super easy. These are recommended. Yeah, I mean, it just cut like butter. Definitely much nicer than trying to cut with my old little flimsy X-Acto blade, and much better than a, you know, dull pocket knife. So I'm gonna get this installed. So basically this thing is, we'll see how it fits. But yeah, gonna slip over the motor there. And oh shit, I gotta get it. Damn, I could probably stretch it past that. But I gotta get it past that, and yeah, pretty sure. Oh yeah, stretch right over that. And let's see, yeah, goes about like that. So then we'll screw the plate on top of it, and that is a good tight seal all the way around there. It'll never move, and yeah, I like that. That's gonna work great. Okay, that little project is done. I've got to plug these wires up. I did, when I mounted this motor, it's supposed to be 180 out. I mean, just the way it was before. It doesn't matter. The wires are just gonna be run a little different, but I'll zip tie them or something to the back of this motor. They were on this side, and there was a clamp that kind of held them in place, but they reached no problem. No issue there. I'm not taking it back out to flip that motor around. The next little thing, all I have to do, I already have my little sealant run, but I've got to put these two little brackets in that basically just capture that seal around these hoses. They just kind of smush it all down into place. So, which that was a little hard to get over that end, but I got it. One little rip in it. I might put a little rubber cement or something on that, kind of seal it up. And okay, so there is like a happiness you get from seeing just little things like that back in the car. I mean, on the other side it's a big thing, but you look at it from this side and it's like, oh, it's like got the motor again, and it looks like it did before, but cleaner. It's just, I don't know, it's gratifying seeing stuff go back together. And probably not gonna have to take it back out. I shouldn't even say that, but probably not, for at least a long time, right? So yeah, I think I gotta move to this guy, this project. This has been talked about it before, but this has been a project I have been kind of excited to do for a long time. I don't know why. I think it's because it's got all these gadgets and gizmos Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, yeah, kind of excited to get this cleaned up and check it all out. And I've got that guy stashed right here, and I have not touched it really since I've taken it out of the car. So yeah, that's going to be a project. That's one of the steering shaft and the rubber bushing that disintegrated. Something I learned on vintage Thunderbird to look for. One of the first things I ordered was that little rubber O-ring. And I've still got it. I haven't lost it. I know where it is. It's in that drawer actually. Somehow I have not lost it. But yeah, it's kind of, this was some of the early stuff. I don't know where I'm going with this, but maybe just, I guess when you're learning about a car, a new car, you see things that you're going to run into. And I ran into that immediately, and I went ahead and bought the stuff to repair it. But I mean, that was last October in 23, something like that, maybe November, but probably October. And it's actually November 1st now. So it's been over a year now, and I'm just now getting to that project. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to do it. I want to get that steering column apart. I want to get it cleaned up. That's kind of, I like doing stuff like that. I don't so much like electrical work. I don't know why. It's not hard. I don't know. I always feel like I'm doing something wrong, and it's gonna come bite me in the ass. I need the practice. I need the work for sure. Troubleshooting electrical stuff. So. And there are some great videos out there. Jameson's Garage, he's got some really good troubleshooting videos, not just on Thunderbirds. He's done some on his Bronco, I believe was one I watched, but definitely some on the Thunderbird also. So I will be going through those because I know I'm coming to that when I start reinstalling Windows, start getting the center console, all that stuff put back in. I am going to have electrical issues, I know it. And yeah, not looking forward to it.